Hi, I'd like to give you a quick update on Tiny. So as you can see, this the whole landscape looks a bit different from the previous videos because we've just moved. So kind of wanted to for this enclosure and for Tiny to let it to be like a centerpiece of this room. Some of you might be immediately concerned about that TV set being just above the enclosure. So just to explain that we're not a family who really watches a lot of TV, and the enclosure was sort of wrapped with soundproof sound isolation mats. So this has been working pretty great. And as a backup plan, I also prepared him a space in a different room in case he was stressed. But so far, even when I turn this TV on, I don't see him being like agitated or faster breathing or anything like that. He doesn't seem to notice that. I think the this soundproof mats, they're doing their job, but we'll see. So we moved about like a month ago when it was pretty cold, and it was a very quick action that I had to pack him in a pillowcase, then into a stereo box, and then we drove like crazy. So he spends as little times as he can in that stereo box. And initially I was a bit concerned that he would get a bit like he would become um, he would lose his trust towards me, etc. But that didn't happen, and he's been the chilled snake as he always has been, and yeah, I've been feeding him about like once every 2.5 weeks. Started, diversifying his diet. Introducing quills, mice, also, to vary that nutrients and even fat content, and has been pretty active. And one thing that I'm quite happy for is that this new apartment is a bit more, like temperature isolated. So, he doesn't get that cold. Although, I think I might have been exaggerating and to be like a bit too over concerned about him getting cold, because once in my previous apartment, there was a failure of heating system. I mean, not his heating system, but like I mean, like central heating, that that the heating panel over here wouldn't be enough to have that nice gradient of temperature. Yet he still preferred to be on a colder side, just before the shed. So I think that they are much more sturdy and like cold resistant that we give them credit for. That was my recent observation. But right now, like his temperatures are like from the book optimal, etc. So basically, yeah, that's the update on Tiny. Just to tell you, he's been with me for, well, let's say about 2 years now. It's been like exactly 2 years that I bought him, and he's been doing pretty well. As you can see, his size is just so small. As expected from a super dwarf snake. He's also been quite chill, so nothing has changed on that part. And in this regard, I actually installed him a bit more branches, because he's been getting pretty large and heavy, even as for his standard. So I wanted to provide him like an additional support for his body, and he's been actually utilizing that pretty much. So that's it. That's an update on Tiny. Cheers. Thank you all.